Well, I'm Bart Rademacher, and this is Transformational Art at Burning Man. And now, totally going across the ocean to different continents to talk to these geniuses across what I call the Big Lake. And, what's really interesting is this, is that as human beings, we're really in this place of expansion. We have to evolve. And quite frankly, we have. We've done significantly so over the last, hundreds of years. But we're better placed for our own personal expansion than at Burning Man itself, where the common is brought into a place that's not common. And so there's that just that position of things that seem normal in normal life, but out of place in other places. And that's where our minds get to be expanded. And I'm really delighted to be talking to Kirill and his incredible group, his team of invisible pink unicorns. Imagine that. And such a play on life and such a different tease, if you will, of our imagination, testing and challenging typical reality. And this is what I love. And these creative geniuses out there from Moscow are joining us for the third time in Burning Man. So, Kirill, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
So, tell me a little bit about what you're planning to do, because I know this is your fourth year, and you really jumped in. I mean, I know you started in 2016, but right away you took on the whole concept and awesomeness, if you will, of Burning Man. Started your own camp, and then right away brought you artwork. So tell us a little bit about that story about you guys and what it means to be a pink unicorn, invisibly.
Uh, well, sorry, before I start, I just need to change the, what? Moment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
And it's like this. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, great. Yeah, we started in 2016. So basically, what we're going to do this year, we're going to bring our modification of art project from last year. So basically. Right. Last year we had the intersection. So basically we tried to build some object from the usual world, which is not usual for Playa. And when we were thinking of what we can bring, we found it's a nice idea to bring something unexpected, something from default world, and modify it a little bit. So basically, from the distance, you could see it's like, wow, it's like a usual intersection. Why it's here? So the section with the bus stop, why it's here, or why it's Burning Man? And then when the idea was when it come closer, you see there's like a bit differences, like the traffic lights show the animation, not real traffic lights. The bus stop is really changed, and there's kind of some details changed. So like Burning Man changed this intersection. Yeah, and last year we had like a huge problem with our art because we spent a lot of time in Moscow here to build it, to construct all the details, program the traffic lights, and so on. And actually, we send it in container to Los Angeles. It took like 55 days or something to send to deliver from Moscow to LA. But our container also was delayed 3 weeks or something. So. Basically, it's arrived right at the last day of the Burning Man. So when we realized that we don't get our art, we had two options. First option, we could say, okay, guys, we don't have anything. So we just come and we have all these things organized. Like, we had walk access passes, we had like everything. We could say like, okay, guys, we just come to Burning Man. That's it. And but we chose another option. We decided, well, okay, let's build everything from scratch in the United States. So we have part of our team in San Francisco. Well, so and guys have, well, so basically we built everything, and well, we finished it. I think we finished the construction on Wednesday, so like in the middle of Berlin, we finished dealing with our art, finished building it, and we didn't manage to make some parts of it, like we didn't manage to start the traffic lights and so on. But generally, we were very happy that we managed to build the art. It was like it was incredibly hard, but it was really
But that's
nice.
just so
Lovely.
that's so typical of Burning Man. I can't tell you how many people
Yeah,
have told me that.
yeah,
Sometimes they're just completed their art, even on the last day, and if you're lucky,
yeah.
right?
We had we actually shared the container with other three camps
Mm-hmm.
from Russia. So one guys they do Steam House.
Mm-hmm.
These are guys from Art of Steam. Another guy and the two other guys who brought the art installation. So yeah, it was just like a three camps with this in this situation, and we and another guys who had this hologram, they managed to build something. So, and this year we discussed like internally in our camp, so what we're going to do this year, because like in our camp, the principle that we bring in art. So this is our mission. So we have two missions. We hug people
Right.
in our fur coats, and we bring art. So we decided to bring art this year also, and actually we had the, well, at least I had the feeling of like incompletion from last year. So basically we designed such a nice art object, but we had all the problems with container and so on, so we didn't deliver it like as good as we could. So we decided, okay, let's do intersection once again. But we found out that the theme of the burn of this year is metamorphoses. So we started thinking of how apply the metamorphoses into the concept of the intersection, and we decided to think about the idea of well, we decided to think following. So when people build something, they take the inspiration from the world outside and basically from nature. There's a lot of things that people build that inspired from nature. So we decided to think about the idea, so, like, what if nature looks at what people done around, like build the cities and so on, and take this form and try to reproduce this form, but like I don't know, build like grow a tree that inspired by cityscape, traffic lights, and so on. So we decided to change our intersection a little bit, and to show this idea how nature rethinks what people have done and creates new forms based on what people created. So this year we built the intersection. We're going to build it on the same place like last year, the same orientation, but a bit changed and changed with the this tree that grows instead of one of traffic lights. There's a like huge nest, and we building tree from the wires and tubes, and so this, well, we already sent the tree because we constructed it here in Moscow.
Right.
We already sent the tree to the United States, and it's going to arrive in 1 week, because this year we used air delivery, not
Right.
the sea container.
Right.
So we sent, and we hope it will be really
Well, I'm very much
and people enjoy it.
I'm very much
People will
looking
enjoy it.
forward to it. And I was looking at the pictures, and as you were talking, I was showing all of your pictures, by the way, your photographs, as you were
Oh,
talking. So people already have a sense of what that is. And what's interesting is that I tried very hard last year to visit everything, but clearly you were deep in the playa, and I don't know how I missed your installation, and I'm disappointed because it's just absolutely awesome. And I'm going to put the first picture that you just sent me through Facebook. And what I really enjoyed what you were sharing with me earlier on is actually this, is that you're sharing that as you see this from the distance, it looks really quite normal. It looks like something that you would see in normal life, but as you get closer, then you start seeing the details that really are quite unexpected, and I think that's really awesome. So if you look at the first picture that you sent to me, describe a little bit, based on that picture, what is it that we're seeing?
Which one is the first?
So the first picture,
I don't have it in front of me.
okay, it's the one where you actually see the tree on the green, and then
Okay.
yeah,
This is the basically, yeah, this is the tree on the green. It's like design concept of this year installation.
okay,
So this is how well, this is the design of what we're going to build this year. So this is you can see the green grass and so on, but the central part of this concept is this let's say tree that is from artificial materials, but it's still the tree, and is kind of what we think of nature could produce if it's inspired by the surrounding in the city. Another part of the intersection is basically the still normal intersection. It's not metamorphosed. No, this is so we try to show the concept here, and yeah, it's.
I love it. I totally love it. And I think the best part of this, which I think is what we all experience, perhaps unconsciously, is that at first something might seem very normal, but as you get closer, you get a different perspective of it, and that's where the magic then comes out, and our minds expand, and it's such a wonderful gift that people like yourself and your team just get to share with us, and that's just awesome, and I'm very grateful for that myself. I mean, my brain is all over the place, and it's always looking for new cool things, and that's why I love Burning Man so much. But the other part that I think is so wonderful about your team is that I know you shared with me that you came there in 2016, and right away you said, you know what, let's build a camp. And not only just any camp, but let's be playful with it. Let's tease reality again, and first call it the invisible pink unicorns, and then having these pink fur coats on, and then it's all about hugging. So share a little bit about what that experience was like, because that's when you shared it with me, that was really heartfelt. That was awesome.
So the idea was it was like, okay, let's create our own camp. We didn't realize what it actually means, but we understood that it would be great to have our own home and our own experience at the Burning Man. And then we designed some principles that we built by our camp on. So we don't have camp leaders, we don't have shifts. It's all about self-responsibility and organization and so on. And we'll see. And we decided let's try doing this and see how it works. And maybe it will work, maybe it won't work, but we at least try to experiment and see what's going on. So we have we had discussion. So and then Burning Man. It's about also about fur coats. So let's get fur coats, and then we decided, as we are pink unicorns, let's get nice pink fur coats. Like, let's do this our feature of our camp. So everybody in our camp are wearing this nice pink fur coats. And on the Burning Man, we understood that these fur coats, they are made actually for hugging because they're so nice. And when you have a lot of, like, have like, I don't know, 10, 15 people that they all are nice pink fur coats. That's it's actually the first idea is like the hug hug
Right.
them, and
Right.
so we had the idea that year that, well, okay, let's go to playa on the early morning and just hug random people, do group hug for random people. So and 2017 we decided this is the main like feature, or like, even itself we have a statement with a mission of our company. So basically this is the mission. We are on a environment to hug people and make people happy on playa, like and this is what we did last year. This is what we're going to do this year. So like group hugs in pink fur coats on playa. It's actually really nice because when you cycle on playa, you see someone, you get off your bike, you like I don't know, 20 people will run to this person and hug from all
That
the
is
sides.
awesome.
Yeah, it's so
Well,
and
I can't
it's
wait to
cool.
experience that myself. And what more wonderful and beautiful thing to be able to do is just getting out and being playful and having fun, and it's all about
Yeah.
good vibes and good energy, and that's the
Yes.
uniqueness of Burning Man, where you just can be yourself and be playful and have fun with others in whatever way that really shows up. And I think that's a delightful way, Carol, and I think that's pretty cool
Yeah.
that you've done. So maybe I need to get one of those pink fur coats too. You know, as we're wrapping it up, I just want to point out, some of the symbolism that I'm getting out of this, which I think is really cool and very much in theme of Metamorphosis, for this year. Um, and that is, it's everything, or not everything, but oftentimes we are at intersections, and intersections where we can make different choices. And in life, with a stoplight that says go or not go, it's interesting how that really relates to daily lives. And having that in this place, having that particularly here at the playa, I think is very relevant, because this is the place where we can just simply go to places that we otherwise can't. And that's what I think it's so beautiful. And that's why, this for me is very symbolic, and it's really cool that you guys are bringing this. But one of the things that I think is very important for all of us as burners to appreciate is that, and this is why I do this interview series. It really is all about the story behind the art and the artists. And we don't really necessarily get easy access to that. If you're lucky, you'll meet the artists out there, but oftentimes that's not the case. And so, especially if there's art out there that you never even got to experience, like in my case with you guys last year. And what a shame, because it's neat to hear your creations and the story and the challenges and the victories and all that stuff. And so, I want to thank you, and then our gift to you guys as a burner needs to be, how can we support you, how can we help you? These things also cost a lot of money. And so my shout out is always using this platform so that people can get the help, get the ideas, the resources, connections, and even funding. And so my question for you, Carol, is there anything that as burners that we can do for you? I mean, do you have a GoFundMe site so that you can raise money for this? I know it's always pretty expensive.
Uh, well, we we won the honorary
Mm-hmm.
grant this year. So we're very happy with this, and it's actually a lot of help because we have this logistics and so on. It's like and we as we tr- well have a lot of things we can build on the intersection. We would appreciate help, like in terms of our fundraiser. We created a fundraiser on the and we wanted to share some perks from our intersection, like the from the posters from the bus stop and so on. And we actually fundraising someone just to build something nice, improvements of the intersection in itself. And yeah, it would be great. And well, also, if you can know, if you're a specialist in solar electricity, or can help us with powering and some skills for doing this, it would be also great. And well, but the best thing is that if you manage to find our art object or find us, and we can, like, hug you and share what we build with you. This is actually the best thing. This is why we are doing this, to share our emotions, share our thoughts with people who come to Burning Man. And
Awesome.
this is the best thing, I think.
Awesome. So I want to thank you, Kirill, all the way from
Thank
Moscow,
you.
coming in, and really excited to actually personally meet you now, find the intersection, and see the beautiful close-up perspective of what you guys are sharing with us. So, any last words that you want to share, Kirill, before we sign off?
Uh, I would say thank you for doing this project, and introduce art to people. It's really a great job, and thank you. And saying thank you for everyone, and see you in the dust.
See in the dust, yeah, awesome. And again, it's I have a lot of respect, for every burner going there. Number one, even more so for all the artists, and of course the whole organization who's been doing this, so loyally for so many years. And my gift are these interviews. Love doing them. Love meeting you guys, and so thank you so much. And I am Bart Rademacher, Transformational Art at Burning Man, and we just have a little outro from Travis Kossel. These were pictures from 2017. Beautiful work, and you can also find him on Facebook. So just stand by, and I will see you guys back soon.